Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Week 2 to
How good does it
You're
feel?
Not Down podcast. Dude, I feel great.
No, it feels good to say week 2.
Oh, week 2. Yeah. I thought for sure we would give up.
Who would have thought we made it this far?
Not me.
Not me.
Like
not me.
Paul Rudd meme. Welcome back, guys. We're back with another episode. I think we learned a few things from
did we?
episode 1.
Yeah.
I thought so.
What did we learn?
Don't bang on the table.
I know everything.
Are you willing to prove that? Live? Live on air?
Live on air?
No, I learned we shouldn't bang on the table, one, because it sounds ridiculous. It sounds bad.
I learned one thing for sure.
What's that?
I don't want to interrupt your list of
you already
things.
You already did, so.
We needed stronger tape.
Stronger tape for
Stronger
sure.
tape was a must.
Look, knock on wood, but don't knock on wood, because I just said not to.
Yeah.
That's going to stay up there.
That's permanently affixed to the wall.
Episode 68.
9.
Come on, man.
That's too easy? It's just too easy?
Way too easy. I also learned the GoPro, the wide lens, made me look freaking huge.
I thought you were just jacked. I thought you'd been working out or something. Like your biceps look swole on that.
The bicep and the gut.
I mean, it's like a 2-in-1 package.
I did some movie magic. I moved that further away. And I'm also just sucking it in all episode. You will see me at times to forget to suck it in.
And speaking of seeing you, who are you? Why don't you let our viewers know?
Have we not introduced ourselves
I don't think we have yet.
My name is Luis Hollywood Castillo.
And I'm Mike Halftime Rubio. And this is the You're Not Down podcast.
You're Not Down podcast. We're like 5 minutes in now.
5 minutes in, and we're barely getting started.
Well, if you don't know, now you know. But we got a lot of positive feedback. I was surprised.
It's been outstanding.
It's not that I thought people were gonna hate us, but I think we both were a little bit nervous. It's like it's a new thing. And you always said you're fine with this podcast coming out and like 2 years later.
Yeah, nobody knowing about it for 2 years.
2 years later, they realized we have 2 years worth of
just
material,
bring it up in casual conversation. Or like, I'm a host of You're Not Down podcast.
Exactly. It's like, what? When did you start that?
2 years ago.
Yeah,
2020, remember?
Oh, flashback from 2020.
Let's not ever reference 2020 2 years from now. I think that's a general rule that everyone should adopt. Just forget it ever happened.
Yeah, no, it was nerve-wracking, I would say. I was a little bit scared. Not scared, but you feel the pressure with something new.
Yeah.
But no, we got a lot of positive feedback. People said we sound like naturals.
You know what? I believe them. I mean, if the people are saying it, then I'm going to believe them. I'm a man of the people. I'm a
gullible guy. I'm a really gullible guy, so I believe it, even if we suck.
I'm a really cynical guy, and I'm sure they're telling the truth.
I almost want to... Should we do our fun facts first?
Well, before we get there, I did want to tell you, which I've withheld from you.
Uh-oh.
But we're an international podcast now.
We are.
We have viewers in North America. Mm-hmm. Well, I should say USA, obviously, of course. I told you about our viewer from Belgium.
We have a viewer from Belgium.
Someone in Belgium is playing this podcast.
One person. It's not like there's hundreds of people or even like tens.
It only takes one person, though, to change a nation.
Exactly.
The other countries?
Mm-hmm.
Mexico.
I don't want to say that that was expected.
Yeah, that seems about right. I feel like their last name's Castillo.
Yeah, I think. Dang it, come on, man.
I don't know. I mean, that's a like 50% chance their last name's Castillo. Yeah, it's Mexico.
Not even related to me,
right.
Or like distant cousins.
Yeah.
No, we're worldwide, man. I kind of feel like Pitbull.
And the Philippines.
And the Philippines.
Yeah.
How many listeners there?
We had like 6 listens or something from the Philippines, so that was pretty nice.
We're Mr. and Mr. Worldwide. I feel like Pitbull. I feel like Pitbull right now.
I don't know about that name though.
Mr. Worldwide.
No, Mr. and Mr. Worldwide. Now introducing Mr. and Mr. Worldwide.
They'll do their first dance together as a worldwide couple.
As a worldwide couple.
How does Pitbull dance? I feel like it's a...
I feel like if we're being introduced like that, it's got to be a waltz.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the man.
Obviously. That makes me the boy.
Yeah, I'm the burly one.
You're the burly one. We actually got a few comments about the burly thing. Yeah.
About how mean that was?
Look,
I like how you change the camera so that you don't look burly.
oh yeah, I'm selfish.
What kind of camera do we need to buy so that I don't look burly?
I mean, you can put as much money as you want into
One with a lens
man.
cover, right?
The little horse blinders just for your side.
Yeah, exactly. Is it fun fact time?
I think it's fun fact time.
Fun fact time.
Fun fact time. Cue the music. We don't have Tim.
We don't have.
What are you doing, man? We're waiting for
We're waiting for the fun fact music. No.
We're joking, Tim.
Not at all.
You're great.
Thanks again for the
Thank
theme
you
song.
so much.
After we insult the guy, let's thank him for the theme song.
Thank you again, Tim.
You want to start it off, or you want me to start it off?
You do it.
My fun fact for this week. I spell my name out in my head every time I write it out. It's a little jingle, right?
Wait, there's a jingle?
It's not a jingle per se, but it's a little song. It goes Michael. Every time I have to spell out Michael, that's if the podcast fans didn't know, if the viewers, my full name is Michael. That's
what?
Mike is short for Michael.
No, it's not.
Yeah. And the way I spell that, and the way I have to remember how to spell my name, because the A and the E are confusing.
Okay.
Michael.
Is it really confusing after 29 years of life?
Yeah, man, I just don't use it often at all.
Did I just expose your age to the fan base? Is that allowed?
I think if that only benefits me, because everyone I'm sure thought I was 35.
Yeah, but I just
they're like 29. God
this
dang,
guy needs a real career. At this point.
Let's get him a foggier camera.
This guy is sitting at the IHOP getting the senior citizen menu.
Yeah,
going through a midlife crisis.
Who decides to start a podcast at 46 years old?
There's an audience for everything.
Yeah,
that's probably the Filipino audience. I don't know.
Yeah, they're into that.
They need more 40-year-old content.
Yeah, why don't you hit us with your fun fact?
This is kind of a mild one, I guess, but I think it's a pretty interesting one. I kind of say it every now and then, but I used to want to be a priest. I did. I used to want to be a priest. I thought it was a really cool kind of a profession, if you will. I don't know. Profession? Calling?
Yeah, I guess calling sounds better.
The
three.
Because my uncle, my dad's brother, is a priest. My mom's worked in a church my whole life. And like, so we just had like a lot of like priest friends or whatever, you know?
Sure.
And I just thought it was so cool, man. And I just stopped that vocation. I didn't want to be a priest anymore because I found out you couldn't get married. And you know what, man? Karen, if you're watching this, I'm still very single. And we made a promise all those years ago, I think, in the second grade.
Is this a real thing?
I'm not going to say her last name.
Is this a real Karen out there? Or is this like the complaint to a manager Karen that's going around the internet?
This is the Karen that brought me out of the priesthood, because if I can't get married to Karen, then what's the point of living?
Hey,
like I said, Karen, if you're out there.
If you're out there, Karen, subscribe to the podcast.
Subscribe to the podcast. Tell your boyfriend not to.
Right. Make sure you hit the little bell for the alerts. I don't know. Everyone says that in their YouTube videos.
And she just broke up with him.
Hey, well, priesthood's always an option.
Wait, honestly, yeah. Because I'm 26 now. I'm turning 27 in May.
Now you just exposed your age.
If anything, that hurt me.
Yeah, that hurt you. They're like, why is this 43-year-old guy hanging out with a little 16-year-old boy?
Yeah, I think it still hurts you at the end of the day, actually.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. I'm turning 27 in May. I've been single, honestly, my whole life. I had one girlfriend freshman year of high school, and we held hands once.
Oh, nice.
It was pretty intense. But yeah, never anything official, and I'm ready to go, man. I'm ready to get off the market.
How did that take place?
Me not having a girlfriend?
No, like,
alone?
How did you hold hands?
Well, look, her parents took us to the movies because we didn't drive.
Yeah, that's freshman year of high school.
Also Hispanic
that's a big deal for freshman year of high school, yeah.
But like, I thought like, oh, it's our first date. It's going to be great. We're going to have a chance to like be alone and like, do what freshmen in high school people do.
Yeah, hold hands.
Hold hands, dude.
Yeah.
That was my end game.
Mission accomplished.
It was a win for me.
Do you remember the movie?
Actually, yes.
Is it Godzilla?
No, it was a Jackie Chan movie. What was it called? It was like The Island or something. I don't know.
Never heard of it.
I wasn't watching. I was busy.
Hey,
I was
that's
busy,
right.
I was busy
Just
touching hands,
interlocking fingers.
Oh God, This is a rated G podcast, man.
Yeah.
We can't be talking about such risque things.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But
we almost got up to the PG level with that one.
dude, that's a dangerous line. But yeah, no, we watched that movie. That was our one date that we went on, and then it was summer vacation, and we didn't see each other. First day back in school, she broke up with me.
Ooh.
I think I was moving a little bit fast, honestly.
Yeah.
I usually wait till like the 13th date to hold.
Did you do that thing where like you tuck your middle finger in as you hold hands and give it a little wiggle around?
Oh, what? Is that what I was doing wrong? Is that why you're in a happy relationship? You had the middle finger wiggle.
That's like catnip.
I don't understand. Please, please.
Well, cats are attracted to catnip.
Okay.
It's like crack for them.
Okay. Catnip.
Catnip.
I mean, I'm just failing to kind of understand where that.
Oh, you have a cat.
Yeah. Fitty. Shout out to Fitty.
Hey, Fitty. Fitty the kitty.
Fitty the kitty.
Yeah.
That's his legal name. That's on all the paperwork. Fitty Duck Kitty.
For sure. Well, cats are attracted to catnip. If you're not hooking up your cat with some catnip treats, then I don't want to call you a bad parent.
This episode is sponsored by Catnip. That's all I got.
Yeah.
They didn't give us something to read. They just told us to say it.
They just say it in there, and the followers will flood in.
Here's $5 for new tape.
Yeah.
That's what's sponsoring this sign right now.
Yeah.
But interesting. No, I was never a middle finger tucker person.
I would do that all the time. I mean, not like to hook up with girls or anything, but like in church.
That's your secret
Oh,
move.
we went to a Catholic school.
Dude, don't tell me you did the Our Father with the middle finger in there.
There was always we had church like once a month or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And you know when you join hands,
Yeah.
always stuck the middle finger in there and wiggled my neighbor.
Is it a thing where you're going to demonstrate this for me right now, live on the podcast?
I could do it for you.
I just want to feel. All right, I guess.
Let's just
pretend
like
we're in
we're gonna
church.
lock hands.
Yeah, I'm going in for the Our Father.
Look, I'm just here with it. I'm here with it. You just wiggle around. Yeah.
I feel violated.
I mean, that's the moves you gotta make.
I'm sorry. I need a drink after that.
But you needed some hand sanitizer. And a long shower.
And a 5-in-1 shampoo.
Maybe
shower.
a cigarette, you know? If it was good for you.
Right in church.
Yeah.
Man, I guess that's a secret. A happy relationship. I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try it. Want to go to church?
Not if I have to stand next to you. I don't want you to wiggle me. You know?
Dude, anyone right next to me is in wiggle territory.
Yeah.
That should be implied. It's like the splash zone in SeaWorld, but wiggle zone. Should we... I like briefly mentioned earlier that I'm gullible, which is why I believed you when I already forgot what the hell we were talking about. But I almost wanted to give like a quick story shouting out Big Lino, man. Big Lino, this is
Big Lino, yeah.
Dude, first of all, he's your uncle.
He's my uncle.
Yeah.
He's everyone's uncle. He's Big Lino.
Big Lino, man. It's like, I feel like with your whole family,
Yeah.
I kind of I showed up, expected everyone to like just know
You
have,
and you haven't left.
I haven't left.
Yeah, that's just the worst part about it.
No, man, your whole family's dope. I've gone to like family trips with you guys.
Yeah.
Like in Nevada, we go everywhere, and like my parents think it's the weirdest thing. But no, Big Lino is such a cool guy, man. I mean, that whole family too.
Yeah.
And he just thought it was so funny. This is just going back to the gullible, me being gullible.
Yeah.
Mike is a persuasive guy, where like he can say anything, and he'll say it with so much passion and like confidence that it doesn't like, even though it's the most outlandish thing.
But you're also the downest dude.
I'm also down.
Yeah.
I'm a down ass fool, man.
Yeah, when the title's "You're Not Down," you for sure are down.
What are you gonna expect from me? I'm not down fool.
Yeah, no, you're down fool.
I'm a down fool. I'm not no down. I'm not no down fool.
Are you about to tell the story that I think you're about to tell?
Yeah, I think so. I think we have to.
I think we're ready for it.
Okay, so like I said, Mike just says it with such confidence that I don't even think twice. I mean, I do think twice because I'm gullible enough where I've been betrayed with the lies.
Yeah.
So I'm on my feet. I gotta ask at least a few questions.
You had your dukes up for this one.
Yeah. So one day Mike told me, like, dude, have you ever tried pooping on the toilet backwards? so you're facing the tank or the
Yeah,
wall.
facing the wall.
And I was like, shut the hell up, dude. There's no way you do that.
That's how I do it every time.
And like, sure enough, I'm like, no, that he's messing with me. He's not being serious. There's no way. And he was like, dude, it just makes sense.
That's how toilets are designed.
I mean, see, I'm believing you all over again. Yeah, he said, what, if you sit on it and you have your phone in the morning,
You could use the tank as an armrest.
yeah. And see, like comfort-wise, that sounds great. That sounds revolutionary.
I think the best part about all of this is for every question that you brought up or every counterpoint that you brought up, I had a perfect answer for why you're doing it wrong.
It was mind-boggling how perfect your answers were. Yeah, because instantly I'm like, no, this guy's messing with me, clearly, because that's so ridiculous that anybody would do that. And so I said, like, okay, well, where are you going to put, like, your pants? Like, obviously your pants aren't going to pass, like, the base of it. You're going to be, like, out here. Your legs are going to be, like, shooting back.
Yeah.
And, dude, he was so quick with his response.
Almost stumped me. You almost got me there.
See, I didn't know this because you reacted so quickly. You're like, well, I just take one leg out, swing the pants around, and when you're done, you put them back on.
It's all about comfort.
And I was like, okay, like,
You don't want to be ankle tied at the toilet.
At this point, I'm just finding an excuse to go take a dump because I want to test this out. And dude, he just never cracked a smile. He said it so confidently, and I had to try it. I went home next morning and I get up and I try this. Honestly, a little bit nice. Only thing was, I was too big for the toilet.
You're cramped.
You know? I'm cramped.
You're crammed against the wall.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so next time I see him, I tell him I tried it. And if he were to be lying, that would be the time that he just cracks up and laughs and makes fun of me for actually trying it.
Yeah, that would be it.
And
I
so
know,
I
I wanted
him,
this one to sink in.
Dude,
I was playing the long game
I
in this
sank
one.
in there for sure. And so I told him, it's like, dude, like the toilet's just not big enough. He was like, oh, you have a round toilet, don't you? Well, no, I have the oval kind.
Yeah, it's
You know,
elongated.
Yeah, there's more space. And sure enough, he does.
In all honesty, that's just a better toilet,
Yeah.
but irrelevant to the story.
And still, he like just shot back with an answer so quickly. I was like, well, damn, this guy actually does it. I just have the wrong toilet for it. And I still believe him not till this day, but I believe him for months that that's just how he does it. I gave up.
Never broke character.
I don't have the right tools at home.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't got the right toilets.
I started believing that's how I do it.
Yeah. And then one day, Big Lino comes over for a party. Or no, we're over at his house.
I think
in
we're
Vegas.
over at his place, yeah.
We're over at his house. And like, you know, Big Lino was always cool with me, but like, you know, we never had like a super close relationship just because I was new.
Yeah, new
to
guy.
the group, you know? But he comes up to me, he was like, hey man, what's this I hear? And he makes an announcement to the whole room. He goes, what's this I hear about you taking shits on the toilet backwards? And I was like, that's how Mike does it. Like, you know, he showed me the way. And Mike just starts cracking up. And that's when I realized he was lying.
Months later. And
now his whole family in Vegas knows that I'm the guy that does it.
Right.
Have you ever done that?
I've never once tried it. You know what? Honestly, I don't think I even ever thought about it until we were talking about it that one fateful night.
Look, man, I got a round toilet. It's not ideal, but if you want to, just give it a shot, like I did.
The best part about that is like not only did I have you do that, I convinced you to try something so ridiculous, but the way you found out it was a lie was being embarrassed in a house full of semi-strangers.
Semi-strangers, yeah. That's almost their first impression of him.
Yeah.
The guy that sits on the toilet backwards.
Yeah.
But look, man, I'm a trusting guy. I don't have a passcode on
You're
my
down.
phone.
Oh, don't tell people that.
Dude, I'll unlock it on camera or for the people at home. Ooh, Mario Kart, a new cup is ready. Boom!
That's ridiculous.
No, I just trust everyone. I'm too trusting.
Yeah.
Again,
You admitted it, but are you going to make changes to better yourself?
no. You can't change me. I didn't try to change you when you said rock on at the end of our podcast.
Man.
Actually, no, you should probably change yourself for the better.
It's just me.
But yeah. Yeah, Big Lino, man. Shout out to that whole family.
They're the best.
They're the best. What do you want to talk about, man?
Well, you did tell me you did your ask a question about things you wanted to talk about.
Yeah. We if you guys follow us on Instagram, we posted a prompt that said you're not down to suggest things for us to talk about on next ep. And lo and behold, we got some responses. All right. I'll go through a few right now. And that's another thing. We're super grateful that people are actually listening and following us on the accounts and participating. And, we do want to kind of get you guys involved because you're just as much a part of this as we are.
Hey, if you're down with us, you're down.
Dude, Downess, the first Downest fan that we have, because she's the one that jumped on it. I think like seconds after we posted it.
Okay.
Our girl Roxy.
Shout out to Roxy.
A quick
shout out to Roxy.
Probably one of my favorite new people that I've met.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome.
And we actually...
everyone was really awesome.
Even the meat. And by the way, I feel like we breezed by that last time. We referenced your girlfriend.
Yeah.
The meat.
The meat.
I don't know if that's... Because we actually call her the meat. That's just her nickname. And there's not even a story behind that. It just came to you once, right?
Yeah. So we'll get back to Roxy right now.
Roxy, hang tight.
But the story about how the meat got her name is when we first started talking, I thought, I need to find out if this girl is down. Mm-hmm. So I thought, let me give her a ridiculous nickname. And if she's down to rock with it, then she's down with me. So I thought, what's one nickname someone wouldn't want to be called? The meat.
Yeah.
And she fully embraced it, and now she's the meat. And
she's the meat to your whole family. Everybody calls her that.
Yeah, everybody.
Okay, so you're the middle finger? You're the middle finger tucking guy and calling girls the meat, and you've been in a relationship for like 6 years.
It's actually called the middle finger tingle. that's the official name for it.
Dude, but like, I guess you got to figure it out, man. I'm doing something wrong. At the very least, not enough fingle tingles.
No, yeah, that could change tomorrow.
That's the start of my problem.
Yeah, I mean,
but no, the meat. Yeah, I just realized we kind of said it, and people at like whoever was listening
probably had no idea.
Yeah. So
get back to Roxy.
Roxy, she suggested that we talk about Tiger King. Have you seen this?
So yes, no.
Okay, all right.
And the reason the answer is yes, no, is because everyone's in quarantine right now.
Yeah.
So that was like our family show. We'd sit down and watch, binge watch Tiger King. Mm-hmm. The reason why it's no is because the entire length of that series or whatever you want to call it, I was playing Animal Crossing.
You're one of those people,
man.
I
was one of those people.
I don't even know what those people means at this point.
But I'm fully aware.
This is the modern day Tamagotchi. Is that what it was called?
Yeah, it's something like Sims.
I never got Sims either, dude.
Yeah, me either. I always wanted to be the guy who plays Sims.
I didn't.
Oh, God. You're not a gamer.
No.
But Sims, I mean, you get the idea of Sims, right?
Talking and having sex with girls. That's the biggest lie I've ever said.
You didn't even know about the fingle wingle.
That's the first sign that someone doesn't have sex.
Right.
They've never heard of the fingle wingle.
Yeah. That's like 101. I think they teach that in sex ed.
Fingle wingle 101. Those are the pages that they tear out of the religion book. Was that ever a thing for you?
No.
The religion books, when they talked about sex, they tore out the pages before they hand you the books at school. This is like 6th grade. And it comes to a point in the curriculum during the year where your parents have to go through those pages with you.
Ugh.
Yeah. I mean...
Yeah, look, I don't remember that.
Maybe the Catholics aren't very big on fingle wingles, but...
I feel like they should be really big on it.
Yeah, if anything.
Yeah, they should
embrace them. Fun.
They should not have torn out that page.
Just another page of history erased, man.
Yeah.
Why do we get back to fingle wingles?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah,
we're talking about Animal Crossing.
The Sims, Animal Crossing. That's why you're yes and no watching Tiger King.
Yeah, which was a great series. I suggest you go listen. You haven't watched it, have you?
Well, here's the thing. This is how down I am, man.
Oh, are you?
Look, I get a message from the fan being Roxy.
Yeah, the fan. Yeah, that sounded rude.
Can I start over? My best friend in the whole wide world, Roxy.
Okay, now.
Yeah, no. I see this suggestion, and I had no idea what Tiger King was, but I realized everybody around me was talking about it, and so even my brother he just binged the whole thing today. So let me tell you how down I am. I'm so down.
No. Just cut the accent. We don't need.
I don't even know what accent it is.
We don't need a Tony Montana.
I was Italian.
We don't need a Tony Montana.
Let me tell you how fucking down I am.
Yeah.
I took the time to watch just one episode. I didn't do the whole thing, but I watched the first episode literally right before we sat down to record this podcast.
And you're fully hooked.
I'm a little bit hooked, but I mean, like, I know I'm in store for freaking shit to go down, you know? But the main dude, what's his name? Joe
Exotic.
Joe Exotic. He seems so cool, man.
Yeah, does he?
He can do no wrong.
You think so?
Dude, I mean,
I guess it's a big laugh for everyone who... Nah, I won't spoil it for you.
I don't like Carol. She's a lunatic. Did you see her closet? Her walk-in closet? Cat print everything?
I just want to know if you're growing out a handlebar mustache and a mullet.
Dude, way ahead of you. Way ahead of you. But I'm doing it on my chest. I'm revealing that later.
Hey, speaking of facial hair.
Yeah.
I don't mean to change the subject, but I'm not shaving till Corona is over.
Really?
Yeah, that's going to be a thing of mine.
Okay, but by that, you just mean the size.
I just mean the size. Obviously,
Okay.
The goatee is the goat.
How many days is this?
That's probably about a week.
The goatee's the goat?
Yeah.
I wanted to move past that, but now I'm bringing attention to it, and I kind of regret it already.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Anyway, that was just a little side note of that. I'm not shaving until the Corona's over.
I don't want to do that because last time I did...
There was no last time Corona.
No, last time I tried to grow my beard out.
Oh, yeah.
I just can't do it, man. I'm not built for it. I wish I was. But alas, I am not. People don't say alas enough.
Oh.
But Roxy, Tiger King, I'm sure you've probably finished it by now. I don't know. But as of now, I'm a fan of Joe Exotic. I think he's great. He's a fun guy. I want to just cuddle with baby cubs. Cub is a baby.
You're the problem.
I'm the problem?
You're the problem.
I mean, episode 1, I guess. But Carol seems like a nut job, man. And I already
But you know that they all are, right? I mean, this guy's rocking a handlebar mustache and
he's
mullet.
for sure crazy, but he seems like the less crazy.
The less crazy.
The less
the lesser
evil.
of the two evils.
Yeah, that's the saying.
Yeah. The lesser of the
I
two.
don't know words, man. I don't know phrases.
She's the lesser of the two mullets.
Yeah, no. So I have predictions of the show, but if any of our listeners plan to watch, I don't want to probably spoil something with my guesses.
We should have thrown a spoiler alert before we even started this.
Spoiler alert. The mullet guy is fucking dope, man. Freaking cool. Should we go? Thank you, Roxy.
Thanks, Roxy. Shout out to the whole Stagecoach fam.
Stagecoach fam,
Yeah.
man.
They canceled it this year.
No.
And the old Rona.
Miss Rona. How you a bitch. I also need to stop cursing. Something we found out. Also.
No. Keep the cursing.
Keep the cursing.
Yeah, it's part of the podcast.
All right. Fine. But we realized we had some family members listening.
Hey, that's okay. That's okay. Everyone's a mature adult here. Well,
we got one 47-year-old adult.
We got 147 and 116-year-old.
He can sign consent forms or like
for
permission
you.
slips for me.
So you can do the podcast with me.
I'm moving on to a next one. I actually really like this one.
Yeah,
I don't know if I told you. This is from Axel, my boy Axel.
I haven't heard any of these.
No?
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I don't. I think I sent you screenshots and you said you didn't
even look at them.
Yeah. I want to believe
not because I don't care, but I wanted to use it for the podcast. I should make that clear.
No, my boy Axel. First of all, I miss you, dude. We went to college together.
Axel, I met Axel. I remember.
Yeah. He's been at parties.
Seemed like a cool dude.
But yeah, I actually really like his suggestion a lot. He says to talk about things you thought you were down for, but really weren't in the end.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
Question.
I'm gonna have to rack my brain for that one.
Yeah, what do you got?
Well, I don't know. Don't put me on the spot right now.
Well, look, I had all the time in the world to think about.
This is probably why I should have read the questions. The quick answer is I thought I was down to just answer these questions live on the podcast, and it turns out I definitely wasn't.
Is there something that you just immediately regret? Like you were all about it. You know what? I thought I was down for taking a poo on the toilet backwards, and then I realized it's going to be ridiculed.
I think the first thing that comes to mind is I love the bass, right? Bass music.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. Whatever. I don't have to play bass songs.
That was
for
a good
you.
bass.
Yeah, thank you. So I bought a bass off OfferUp. Mm-hmm. They drove to my place of work.
Okay.
I met them outside. I bought a bass for $60.
$60?
Yeah, I just thought it was a pretty good deal. I don't have. I mean, I've never played the bass. I've never picked it up and tried to play it. I bought music lessons from our boy Tim.
From our boy Tim.
Yeah, because he teaches guitar and everything. I think maybe multiple instruments, but definitely guitar.
That's cool.
So I bought some. I bought a session with him. Mm-hmm. So he learned the bass to teach me how to play the bass.
Wait, he learned it.
He learned it. Yeah.
And you'd never even followed up?
I never took him up on the lesson.
Tim, I just want to apologize on the behalf of the You're Not Down podcast
Yeah.
with Mike and Luis, TM. We're sorry.
We're sorry.
We're sorry. Mike owes you a session.
Can I tell you where the bass is currently?
I think I know where the base
I think you might know. You've been to my house.
because I've had questions and you always just choose not to answer it.
For those who don't know, my bass is wedged in a tree in my backyard.
Anytime I've asked him about it, he says it's the bass tree.
It's the bass tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That
like,
would prompt more questions. I think.
but how beautiful is it that like music and nature coming
Don't try to
together to
make
create
this-
like a perfect harmony?
God damn it, that was actually
Yeah,
beautiful.
it's like you pluck the strings of life when you play that bass.
And what do those sweet, sweet strings say to you?
Bo, 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 bo.
I was expecting a beautiful message.
Yeah.
Instead, I got an even more beautiful
Yeah,
message.
exactly. That's
Than I
like the vibrations of of creation.
things you thought you were down for, but really weren't in the end. That's such a good question because it actually makes you think.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one we should definitely come back on.
Yeah.
I definitely want to think about that.
Yeah. I guess priesthood. I was down for it. I was down for it, but if I can't be with Karen, man.
You're creeping out Karen at this point.
Karen.
Let's keep the mentions to Karen
miss you.
to a minimum from here on out.
No, we're cool. We keep in touch every now and then. We're both grown adults.
Ugh. Yeah,
But no, we're cool. We've known each other since
you're still talking. You're still
God,
talking
let me
about
tell
Karen.
let me tell you my top 17 favorite things about Karen.
Let's just cut to 18. Her smile, the way the light glistens off her sweaty forehead. Yeah,
Have you met her? Back off, man. She's
I'm
mine.
sorry. I'm sorry to make that so personal. I don't know who you're talking about.
It's funny because this next person actually was in the same class as me and Karen, and she was the wing woman the whole time. She was trying to make it happen. Monica.
Hey, shout out to
What's up,
Monica.
She wants us to talk about activities or a story time.
Or is that the entire podcast?
I think so. This podcast it's just off the rails, man.
Yeah.
People told us to make outlines.
I thought you were going to say make out. You had me shook for a second.
Are we making out right
You
now?
said people told us to make out
we
lines.
making out right now?
That was absolutely not.
Okay, copy that.
Keep your distance,
Yeah,
6 feet.
6 feet.
Need 6 feet of separation between you and I.
Activities or a story time. Dude, I got so many stories, and I feel like I end up just talking away.
I could tell one story and you could lead into it.
Hit us.
If I could bring it back to Roxy and the whole Stagecoach fam, we went to Stagecoach last year. It was canceled this year, but it reminded me of the entire trip and what a great trip it was. I, for one, I think I could speak for you also, not into country music.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Stagecoach is like Coachella. It's a big weekend-long country music festival.
Country music festival.
Yeah.
Three days, whatever.
3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
3
that's
days
really
of drinking and country music.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds half great. But that's where we met Roxy. We met a bunch of cool people.
Yeah.
That we shared a house with.
Shane, Brittany, Tati, so many people. Rachel.
Yeah, it's all been great.
Now I feel like I have to name all of them because if I leave someone out, then I'm an asshole.
Nah, it's fine.
Great.
Yeah, you could just summarize with that. Yeah, so the story that I was reminded of is, well, the entire trip was fantastic, but there was some memorable points in there. I think the most famous being the bucket.
The bucket.
The bucket.
The bucket.
So the story about the bucket is we went to Total Wine when we were out there, and they had this pail, this party bucket. What was it called? Rum bucket?
I think just the bucket.
It was been called the bucket. It's like this.
The creative team did very little on this one.
Pre-mixed solution, sugar solution in a bucket with a spout at the bottom. You just pour in bottles of alcohol.
Yeah, you add the alcohol. Everything else is already taken care of.
Yeah, and you just drink out of the bucket.
Yeah.
So so that's where we got our bucket chant from. I'm sure a couple of our viewers, listeners are aware of that. Bucket, bucket, bucket.
I feel like you keep saying bucket.
You know, it started off as bucket.
And then fuck it.
You guys added that. I think that's as the weekend progressed.
yeah. The more bucket pulls we did.
Yeah.
No, that was such a fun part of it, man.
But
that's.
Go ahead.
No, it's not even that we knew about this. We weren't looking for a bucket. We just went to buy alcohol.
Yeah.
And we see this just obnoxious
party bucket. Is it called party bucket? No, I don't remember the name.
But we see this obnoxious bucket and it says just add alcohol.
Yeah.
And we're like, all right, well, we have to try it. And and we're also the new people in this Airbnb home.
Remember when we got back with it?
Dude, the looks that we got.
Everyone was disgusted. Nobody wanted to try the bucket.
And I don't blame them.
Until they tried the bucket. They stole the show.
Yeah.
Drinking buckets on the bus.
Yeah, no, we drank some of the bucket by the pool at the house. I don't know if we finished one or a good amount, but whatever. Then we get ready to go to the actual show. We take a shuttle, and dude, we were the life of that shuttle because we just start passing the bucket around, and there's people from all over, even not only the country but maybe even the world. I don't know, but everyone was just wanting some. And then we get to the festival itself, and we have to finish this before we get to security,
right?
Because they're not going to let us in with liquid.
They won't.
The security guards we start chanting.
Yeah.
And they kind of look around. Their supervisor isn't around, and they start drinking the bucket as well. Dude,
taking rips from the bucket.
It was great, man.
Bucket pools.
And till this day, we still reference it every now and then.
Yeah.
But dude, that was like you said, it was a half cool idea because we're not country guys.
Started off as great.
Yeah.
Can I tell you though the point that I wanted to get to about Stagecoach? The running around with walkie-talkies. So I'm sure a few of you have heard about these music festivals. Maybe a lot of you have been. You know how crowded and packed they could get. This festival allows you to take in walkie-talkies, I think, to find your friends in all the chaos. So I took some walkie-talkies. I handed one to my partner over here. Friend partner.
The second mister of the two misters.
My better half. And we just ran through the entire crowds screaming into walkie-talkies saying I got eyes on him. I got eyes on him.
Yeah,
and they would clear the way. I got eyes on him. I'm following the suspect right now.
Yeah, both of our professions involve knowing radio codes or
Oh, that's right.
And so we felt really comfortable on him, and we just made that kind of a bit.
Yeah,
because like we said, we're not into country whatsoever.
Concerts playing as we're running around the audience.
Very famous musicians playing on stage, and we're just having a good time. We got the walkie-talkies, and yeah, like you said, I would kind of just see a group of people. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna mess with them. And it just looks like we're now undercover people, I got eyes. I'm on my way.
People had serious looks on their face when we were running by.
I'm like 10-4, 10-4. I'm like, we would get intense where I start just booking it.
Right.
I start running towards someone. And it's like, there he is, black shirt. It was so.
Yeah.
Dude, the fact that this is how we have fun is a little bit embarrassing, but at the same time, that was probably the best weekend.
I mean, a couple buckets in. And with some radios, we're gonna act a fool a little bit.
Acting a fool. Dude, that was so much fun, man.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, even though, because I was a little bit hesitant about going back this year, just because it's a price, man. It's a price you got to pay for music you don't like.
Right.
But
such a good time.
Really
good people out there.
Yeah, but Miss Rona, man. Miss Rona.
Monica, I hope that satisfies your storytelling session, you got to hear a little bit about Stagecoach.
Let me tell you how Monica was Karen's best friend, and
And
Karen, the first love of my life.
okay,
No. That's enough of Karen. Yeah, we got a few responses, man. I don't know if we're gonna have enough time overall in the episode to talk about them all. But a few honorable mentions. El Choncho says we should talk about El Choncho.
I don't know if he's ready for that. And I mean no
Where do we
disrespect,
begin?
but I could go in hard on Chonch.
Do we want to?
No,
Are we gonna lose a subscriber?
no, yeah, I just don't want to demoralize the guy. Not in times like this. We'll wait for Rona season to be over.
Choncho, maybe when times are looking better in this world filled with tragedy and sickness and tragedy.
Are you doing an ASMR thing? You bring them, yeah. Don't do that to my. Don't do that to my ears. No one
Remind
wants
me
to
to
hear
never
that.
whisper Choncho into a microphone again.
And not into my ears.
We had him. We had horoscope predictions, which I don't know. A lot of people believe in that. Our good friend Yarin from the Philippines.
Hey,
She's a Filipino
Filipino
listener.
Well, she's not Filipino.
She's not Filipino. She met a Filipino man who's also not Filipino either. He's American.
Yeah, that's just. They live in the Philippines.
They live
That's
in the
about it.
Philippines. Whoever's in the Philippines, if you're in the El Nido area, please check out Sticks and Cones, an ice cream shop owned by my friend Yarin.
They're sponsoring the podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, just bring some sticks and some cones our way. They get all the
They're
shout
probably
outs in the world.
She could mail us some, but it's just going to be a little,
A little puddle and a stick.
in an envelope. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be a dripping envelope. Another honorable mention. My mother suggested we talk about prayer.
Yes.
Moving on.
Yes. And prayer.
And prayer.
Now we can move on from that.
One quick one before we move on, because I think we have spent a little bit of time on this. Back to the Lino family. We got a suggestion from Big Lino's son,
No way.
Louis. He says, talk about how Luis, I guess that's me, is number 2 and I'm Luis number 1.
You guys have a feud about who is Luis number 1 and who is Luis number 2. I don't understand it.
I'm like trying to keep it cool right now, like not explode on the podcast because I'm Luis number 1.
Dude.
Yeah, no. This kid. I'm calling him a kid because he's 21. He's recently 21.
Something like that.
I'm
not good with ages.
Yeah, when you're so
Not even my
old,
own. I might actually be 46.
Yeah, Louis. I met him just because he's Mike's cousin. I've met a lot of the family just these years that we've been friends. And I don't know. It just started one day where we were at a party and I found out his name's also Luis. And it's actually pretty rare that I meet another Luis. And so it just became just the freaking toxic masculinity alpha males. We're like, I'm the only Luis. There can only be one, whatever.
Yeah.
And so that led to us just going drink for drink.
Imagine if I had that with every Mike that I meet.
Dude.
I'm Mike number 1. It's like random encounters.
A tube just connected to your liver.
Yeah.
You're walking around a little IV thing. But yeah, no, we decided to go drink for drink. And yeah, like I have a drink, he has a drink, and whoever's just the last man standing, And so
Like literally the last man standing.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that just ends up in
because nobody wants
there's
to be
2 losers.
Yeah, nobody wants to be the Luis that
Well,
gives
one
up,
loser because I would never call my cousin a loser.
So regardless, I lose.
Yeah, he lost.
Yeah, no, so we do it. We're going drink for drink. Day 1. And it's funny because you guys were scared of us meeting because you guys already knew it was going to be. So
Yeah, we knew the dynamic
yeah.
that was going to take
And
place.
so sure enough, your brother Marcos, shout out to Mac, he sees us from across the party. And I'm like, hold up, I haven't seen any of the Luises in a while. And sure enough, we're taking bottle pulls from like a Jack Daniels
Yeah,
bottle.
Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
Handle. I think they were handles. Yeah.
And that was the last moment. We're like, because I'm drunk. And I'm like, this kid won't stop. Like, make him stop. But I needed a win. And so I take it. It's painful. And then he takes it. And I'm like, you good, man? You good? He's like, yeah. I'm... And like just throws up, Like
Oh, he spilled it?
Yeah. And I'm like, all right, I'm Luis number 1. I win.
Oh, God. That's what started the feud.
Yeah. And then the next party, he ended up winning. I passed out in your kitchen. Yeah, so it's been an ongoing thing every time we hang out. Whenever we go to Vegas and visit them, that's where they live. It's another challenge.
We got to keep you two separated.
I mean, at this point, I'm Luis number one. I want to put that out there.
So as it stands, Louis, you're Luis number one?
As of right now, and let me tell you why. It'll be a quick one. We were at your house, and we were eating McDonald's and drinking. And I said, if you're Luis number one, you're going to get that bun from the McDonald's burger, soak it in vodka, and eat it.
Yep.
And, he's making his faces. He was like,
you do it.
And he says, if I do this, though, I got to think of something else for you. I'm like, of course.
Right.
But you got to show me your Luis number one first. So this guy gets the bun and he's soaking it. And I'm just getting queasy thinking about it. But he does it. It wasn't easy, but he did it. And then, see, me as a man of respect.
If you tell this story, you're never going to wingle anybody ever again. I promise you that.
Let me just remind the public that I'm single, and I used to play.
This is not eHarmony, dude. You just stop bringing up the fact that you're single.
I'm not on the apps, man. This is what. Do you think I made this podcast?
I thought it was to have a fun time, interact with our friends and our audience.
I'm just trying to find a girl.
Okay.
Who will accept me for my lack of wingles?
Why don't you finish telling your story and see if that ever happens?
I'm gonna finish right quick, dude. I'm never gonna get married. Yeah, so I thought, I tell him to eat this bread soaked in vodka. He's going to do something that's similarly gross, but not intense. Because I didn't think that was crazy. But, he says, all right, what you have to do is you have to get this cup. You got to fill it with vodka. And then he said that he's going to get a pinch of your dog's food. The dry pellets of dog food.
This is disgusting.
Mix it with the vodka and then a full pack of ketchup. And I was like, okay. And everyone's kind of doing their ooh, But your boy is Luis number one. And he's not going to say that he's not down for any challenge. So I said, pour it up.
You're down.
Yeah. And he said, you're actually going to do it? And I said, pour it up. And so there he goes. Gets his pinch of dog food, throws it in there. Adds the vodka, adds the ketchup, and we go outside because you didn't want anything to do with that. No. You didn't want me to throw up in the kitchen.
I was almost throwing up in the corner.
We go outside. Mike's a queasy guy, dude. This guy will gag for the simplest things.
Yeah, simplest things.
Look, watch this, the public, or
no, don't try to make me queasy right now. Tell your story.
Okay, yeah, no. So I'm about to do it. And everyone's huddled around me with their phones. Mike's in the corner of his yard. And he wasn't even watching. His back is towards me.
Dry heaving.
But yeah, all I do is put the cup to my mouth. And he's not looking. It's like he just felt it. He starts gagging and dry heaving and almost throwing up. But yeah, so I do it. But if you can imagine, the shot goes straight down. The dog food is slowly just gliding with the ketchup.
It's like Chips Ahoy.
That's why I was like, okay, well, hold on. Let me get there.
I know why I said that now.
Yeah. So it slowly goes down, and I just start chewing on the food.
Cookie Crisps.
And it's the driest thing I've ever had, And I'm getting queasy, but I got to keep a good face. And so it's going down so slowly with the ketchup. There's no more vodka to mask it, but there's a good amount of pellets left, And I say, guys, I'm going to finish this, but with one request. And they're like, what? I was like, I need some milk. And everyone was like,
disgusting.
No! Like, what?
That's disgusting.
The way I saw it, it's so dry that
I need to find a new 16-year-old boy to hang out with.
Dude, do I have a website for you?
No, spare me the website.
But yeah, no, so I get some milk. I pour it in there because at that point it's Cookie Crisp. You got your cookies, you got your milk.
That's
just breakfast. But yeah, no, so I did it. And so at that point, and till this point, I'm Luis number one. I gave Louis the Luis number one title for his 21st birthday, but that expired. So Louis, hang tight, man. I've been plotting for months now what I'm gonna make you do.
All this makes me realize is that my dog deserves better food.
I thought you were gonna say that you realized that I'm just a down food.
No. It's just I love my dog and he deserves better food. If it's that dry and hard to eat, I'm gonna hook him up with something juicier than that.
Please, and then I'll eat the new food and let you know if it's good enough.
You're gonna be my food sampler, my dog food sampler.
Yeah, I ate dog treats once from Petco.
Well, who's making you do this?
Who's making me talk about this on the mic?
Do you know?
Need to find love.
It's like a constant battle between you finding love and talking about all the disgusting, ridiculous things.
My
you've done.
wife is gonna like me for who I am.
Hey, if you
That's what my
ever
mom
find
always
her,
says.
she also said to pray for one.
Yeah, if
It's just gonna come down to prayer.
Yeah, it's not even like, oh, you just need to go out more, put yourself out there, download the apps. No, it's like you just gotta pray.
You gotta ask Diosito,
yeah,
little baby Jesus, to find you some love at this point.
and of course Diosito is baby Jesus.
Yeah, Diosito's baby Jesus.
We're not talking about carpenter Jesus.
No.
We're not talking about six-pack Jesus.
You wouldn't ask him for that. You need to ask the sweet little supple baby Jesus,
The one right there.
the
Lamb
manger
strip.
Jesus.
Manger Jesus.
Yeah,
Surrounded by frankincense and myrrh.
and gold.
God, Catholic school, man.
God, there's been a lot of talk about
What the hell is
Catholic school.
frankincense?
I think it's like I don't know. It's like death or something. It's a death spice.
I don't think that the three wise men would bring
No, there
gold
was like significant
myrrh
stuff.
and death. to
No, they like signify. Why are we getting into this? Anyways, one was gold because he's the king, whatever.
They were all
and
kings.
one
They
of
were
them
the
was
three kings.
death because he was not.
To all of our Catholic listeners,
sorry,
we want
man.
you guys to join the conversation.
And to the rest of you all, I'm sorry for that. We're talking about this. I promise we're moving on from church talk.
Well, I guess that's the closest we're getting to talking about prayer for my mom. Yeah, we realized our moms listen to this podcast.
Yeah.
That's why I don't want to curse anymore.
I was nervous at first, but then I realized like my mom's a strong woman. She could deal with it.
But your mom now knows that I made out with a chola. Under your watch.
Like, how is she supposed to feel about that? She probably feels about it the same way I do and pretty indifferent because our lives have not changed because of it.
That was in the past, man. I don't do that anymore. I moved on.
Don't talk about making out with cholas if you're like
I'm trying to find the right chola. No?
Are you trying to find the right chola though? It just seems like you're after true love. You're after true love. At the same time, you're telling everyone that you haven't fingle-bingled and that you
Fingle-bingled.
and that you're making out with cholas.
Why does the verb always change? Fingle-bingled. I just want to fingle-schmingle and just settle down.
Just a little fingy-tingy, you know?
God, I still can't believe that works for you.
That's not what I use to pick up any girls ever. Don't try that. Because now I'm worried that like you actually took that as honest advice.
I mean, if you got me to get on a toilet backwards,
I would do that to my friends at church. I did not do that to the meat when I met her. Hey, grab my hand real quick.
Let me show you something.
Fling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
Razzle dazzle with a fingle dingle.
Yeah, check this out.
Also, I'm calling you the meat now. Get used to it.
Get used to it.
Dude,
Get used to it or get gone.
It's the best. Like that's why it's a selfish reason, but that's why I don't have the dating apps, and I've never had one because I just call me a romantic. I just like the old school way of meeting people. You know,
I'm all for dating apps.
And dude, that's the thing.
I mean, not for me personally, obviously, but for everybody and anybody.
I have nothing against them, man. It just makes sense.
Statistically, like chance encounters has to be a fraction of a percentage. Mm-hmm. If you get onto this dating app thing, you cast a wider net.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might have to filter through some weird stuff, but then you actually might find someone who's into the stuff you are, and you don't have to worry about running into them at a supermarket or a coffee shop.
Yeah, and even then, I mean, because I forget which apps do what, but it's like it matches you with people with like the same interests, right?
I honestly don't know too much about the apps.
Playing that card, playing the old innocent card. I don't know.
I mean, that's just the truth. I thought Tinder was a swipe thing. There's and the Bumble.
I think they're all swipes.
I thought all the same thing.
Pretty much.
They don't match your hobbies.
It makes sense that like let's say I go out to a bar.
Yeah.
You know, I see a chola across the bar. And I want to go talk to her. Mm-hmm. First of all, and that's what I love about it. I love the whole approach. I love the getting the butterflies. Like, dude, I'm about to bingle this girl hard at this club. But no, it's like I love the whole conquista is what my dad says.
Okay.
I honestly don't know what it means in English, but I do in Spanish.
Sounds like conquer.
Yeah, something like that.
You're trying to conquer women at bars.
That just sounds like rape now.
I mean, I'm just doing my best to translate.
For the record, 2 consensual adults conquistando, I guess. But yeah, no, it's like, and you're gonna get denied, obviously, you know.
Yeah.
And then like maybe you have a bad day at the bar. But these apps just make it so much easier because you're still gonna get denied or not get swiped on, whatever. But it just makes it so much easier. You go on dates. I don't know. It just cuts the middleman out, and it just makes sense. So I have nothing against them. I know
just
people,
not your route.
Yeah. I know people that have had like really good relationships and are like still in them today, you know. But it's not my route, which is why I'm here on this podcast looking for love.
Hey, asking the audience, you're not down to date Luis Hollywood.
You're not down to show me love and what it is to feel warmth at night. You're not down.
Dude, warmth at night, that's like step 4, dude. You get to Smash City before you get to warmth at night.
Should we actually turn this episode into finding me a match?
I mean, I think what we could do is maybe ask the audience.
I say, because this could be a fun like engagement for the fans, but also just a fun get me engaged. You know,
it sounds mostly like that and less like the former.
Yep. Look, if the people out there, if you guys have if you yourself are single, look, let me tell you a little bit about
the desperation over here.
It's not desperation.
It's like meeting people 101. You get in with confidence, dude.
All right, let me
like the peacock.
Confident voice on.
You never seen a peacock flail his feathers in the air and show them off?
Isn't that what they do?
Yeah, I mean that's what they do, and that's
that's
what I'm saying is how they mate. You never seen one timidly do it. You got to be out there, dude. Let your feathers show.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
I got nothing. That's how not confident in peacock I am. Ask me to list the positive things. Ask me to list the positive things about myself.
Okay. Since you're asking me to, why don't you list the positive things about yourself?
Now, look, I'm a passionate guy.
Audio engineer.
Audio engineer. Do you see,
video editor.
Do you see this setup? It was both of us. But,
yeah, I know. Like you're saying the setup is like,
this was
you see the sign
mostly
and the table. It's like, those are my things. Do you hear this setup? Now that's what you should be saying.
Do you hear the air horn noise that I'm going to post right here?
I hope you do it, dude. I hope you do it because that's going to be great.
For sure, adding an air horn noise.
Yeah, that's going to be fantastic.
So if you like air horn noises and the ability to add air horn noises wherever you want.
Are you making this sexual? That sounds like it's for the bedroom.
Hey, girl.
No.
If you
enough of the whispering.
I feel like the yin
that
right now.
Tingles my eardrums.
Oh, really?
I'm a very ticklish person.
Am I tickling you on the pod right now?
No, you're not doing it.
You're right.
You're not doing anything like that.
Can I fingle?
I dare
you.
Can
I fingle wringle you?
Whoa,
Can I wringle your fingles?
Whoa. You can't even fingle my shingles, dude.
Yeah, if you're single or if you have a friend that's single and wants to go on a date.
Somebody please date this guy already so we don't have to talk about this every podcast.
No, we do want some type of crowd engagement.
So that's the best way, right?
I mean, if you don't have someone to recommend to me for a date.
Right now, no, I do not.
No,
if you're asking me to do that right now.
If we don't have that, we want the audience to chime in. I mean, first of all, like I said, we got surprisingly many responses.
Yeah, thank you for all those. Thank you.
And then even just comments on the clip that we posted. Even the likes, they mean a lot.
The likes, the views.
The subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe.
Please subscribe. We appreciate that. I know it sounds cliche for YouTube videos.
I know.
Please subscribe down here.
Put your point my finger.
Ring the bell over here. Ding-a-ling-a-lingle. Ringle my fingle. You know what I mean? It sounds cliche, but we truly do appreciate it all.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess if we want to just have people, because we want them to send us more things.
Yeah.
Because we might still ask for suggestions.
Yeah,
of
we'll put
topics to
things
talk
on the
about.
story.
And, we might not get to all of them. We didn't get to all of them today. But no, we do read everything. We do want to keep hearing. And we just want to know if people are down,
Yeah.
I think I kind of proved my downness today.
Yeah, you definitely have.
It
Too
does-
down sometimes, not down enough
Yeah.
for other times. But
But
yeah.
should we have people tag their not down friends?
Yeah, tag they're not down friends.
Tag,
If your friends aren't down,
dude, send them over here.
send them over here. Have them
here.
listen to the podcast. See what a down guy looks like. Have
I'll get
them
a
listen
pinch
to
of
this
dog food.
podcast. Just a little pinch of dog food.
Mike's gonna give you a real Pringle.
Fingle my McDongles. I don't know. I try to change it up a little bit.
Yeah, no, tag your not down friends,
Have them check us out.
and we're gonna make a down person of them.
Yeah.
That sounds so aggressive. I don't know what we're gonna do quite
Yeah,
yet.
it sounds like we're going to pin them to the ground.
But they're gonna be down when
They're
they walk
going to
out
be
here.
down. They won't get up. I can promise you that.
But yeah, no. As always, follow us on You're Not Down Pod
Right.
on Twitter, on Instagram.
Email
Email.
at yndpod@gmail.com.
And of course, if you guys don't follow our personals, you can follow me at luis.d.castillo.
You can find me on the interweb somewhere.
Somehow.
Name's too
He's
complicated
very
to
not-
spell out.
He's not hard. Just Google Fingle Dingle.
Yeah.
It's a picture
Do
of
that
him and all
on, do
of his
that on
victims.
Safe Search browser. Incognito mode, that one.
Yeah. Is there anything else we want to tell people, navigate them to?
No, I
Before
think
we
we're
go?
all right. Hit up the Instagram. All the links are there. Check us out. YouTube page, website, Twitter, everything else.
Everything
podcast.
else.
Stream the
And
podcast
full-
a bunch of times.
And full videos on YouTube.
That's
too.
all great. Yeah.
If-
Check us
if
out on
you
YouTube.
guys-
If you're an audio only person, check us out on YouTube. See what we're all about. You could look at this handsome face, and
one?
I'll let you decide
Which one?
who the handsome one is.
Okay.
Hey, what about a little poll that we put up? Who's more handsome?
All right.
I'm gonna lose that one so bad.
No.
I'm gonna
Absolutely
so
not.
lose that
you
one.
You got the.
Anyways, that's an idea.
Can you
That's
just
an idea.
objectify us? Y'all mind if y'all objectify us
Yeah,
real quick?
just rank us 1 through 10. Rank us 10 through 10,
If you
please.
can just tell me why I'm single, provide a detailed explanation.
Point out all the reasons why he's single.
Give me all of my
and we can move
flaws.
on from this.
Tell me all of my flaws, and I'll tell you even more flaws that I see in myself. But yeah, no. Look
No,
out
with
for
that, I
look
think
out
it's
for
time.
everything on our social media. Stay updated there. And we'll see you guys next week, next
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
We're going to be hitting these Wednesdays hard.
How hard?
From the back, from the front, from the sideways.
Upside down.
Yeah, upside down and inside out.
I'm not that flexible. Inside out. Hold on.
Hey.
I'm not down. I think that's one thing I'm not down for.
Around. Inside out
Why'd you open
Wednesday.
it like a book though?
Because it's from inside out.
Okay.
Yeah.
On that note, guys,
That's it.
Again,
That's
thank you
gonna
for
do it.
everything. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace out.
Rock
Rock on.
That was good.
Perfect.
I'm judging myself, but